Okay, so the entire foundation of this book, the whole thing, rests on one single crucial distinction. It argues that to even begin to understand this hidden history, you have to realize we're not just talking about one kind of God, we're talking about two, and they are fundamentally different kinds of beings. On one hand, you've got the true creator of the universe. Now, this isn't some guy on a throne in the sky. It's an all-encompassing, ever-present force that is creation itself. It can't get jealous or angry or go to war. But then, you have the biblical gods, right? Like Yahweh and Jehovah. The book describes them as physical, flawed, and kind of limited beings who are always demanding proof of loyalty and honestly show some very human-like emotions.
This one word you see here, ubiquitous, is basically the key that unlocks the book's entire argument. I mean, think about it. You've heard stories like God asking Abraham for a sacrifice just to prove his loyalty. The author's point is really simple. A truly ubiquitous, all-knowing creator, well, it wouldn't need proof of anything. It would already know what's in your heart. The test itself wouldn't make any sense.
So, of course, this leads us to the big, flashing question. If these powerful, and let's be honest, often angry gods of the Old Testament aren't the ultimate creator of the universe, then who in the world were they? And where do they come from? The book gives them a name, the Anunnaki. It claims this is the group that the book of Genesis calls the Elohim. And according to this text, we're not talking about spiritual deities here. These were advanced flesh and blood beings who came to Earth in actual ships from their home planet, which was called Nibiru. Think scientists, engineers, and rulers, not ethereal spirits. And get this, the book is incredibly specific about what they looked like. They're described as being about 7 feet tall, with long red hair, really piercing almond-shaped blue eyes, and pale gray skin. But one of the key features that's always highlighted is their elongated craniums. A trait, by the way, that you can see in a lot of ancient art, like depictions of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. And this brings us to what is maybe one of the book's biggest, most shocking claims, a completely different origin story for the human race. The book argues that our creation wasn't some divine act from the creator, but, well, it was more like an engineering project with a very practical purpose. So, the story goes something like this. The Anunnaki had this other race working for them, called the Igigi, and they rebelled. They were done. All of a sudden, the Anunnaki needed a new workforce for their gold mining operations here on Earth. So the chief scientist, a god named Enki, along with this other mysterious figure named Hermes, got the job of creating a new worker. They started with early hominids, but the secret ingredient, that so-called missing link, came from the genes of a woman named Isis, who's described as being the very first Homo sapiens sapient. All right, now we get to the central plot twist of this whole narrative. It's a total reframing of one of history's most famous or infamous characters. The book basically argues that the entire story of Lucifer's rebellion has been completely and fundamentally misunderstood. So let's just ask the question the book wants us to ask. If the creator of the universe is this all-encompassing, non-confrontational force, who exactly was Lucifer waging war against? The answer, according to this book, changes everything you thought you knew. And there it is, the big reveal. Lucifer's rebellion wasn't against the true creator at all. It was against the Anunnaki, these advanced but very limited beings who had set themselves up as gods on Earth.